are we starting at wide receiver?
Jackson Smith and Jigba, and you may be like, wait a minute, Fabs, he's been bad 2 of the first 3 weeks, and that's the truth. But look at the matchup this week. He's been running about 80% of his routes inside. The Lions have gotten smoked by slot receivers. They've given up the 3rd most fantasy points. And I know it was Cooper Kupp and Chris Godwin. This is a kid that I think is going to start to emerge as a more reliable option from a fantasy perspective. And if you have AJ Brown or if you have Cooper Kupp or another wide receiver who's hurt, yet Debo, you can plug him in this week. And I think you can plug in Khalil Shakir too, because he's emerged as the #1 option in the passing game at wide receiver for Josh Allen. He's averaging 14.3 points per game. The Ravens defense has given up the 5th most fantasy points to wide receivers, and that includes giving up good games to Jalen Tolbert and Kevontae Turpin last week. So keep that in mind. Shakir is a nice flex option.
We're sitting
Jalen Waddle, and it breaks my heart. It hurts me. I can't play him. Unless I'm desperate, and I'm in a league where the 14 teams and I kind of have to, I'm stuck with them. Miami's offense is awful right now. Remember how we talked about in the rankings where I had Tyreek ranked in like the mid-teens? I dropped him today. I dropped him out of the top 20, and I hope I'm wrong, but the Titans are good against perimeter receivers. At least they have been. And the Dolphins quarterback, no matter who it is not going to be good because it's not Tua. Jalen Waddle is a fade, and so is Michael Pittman Jr. And I loved him last year. He was very reliable, had his best fantasy season, but Anthony Richardson's lack of good decision-making, lack of accuracy has really hurt him. And Richardson's only wide receiver who's done anything this year has been Alec Pierce, and that's been on deep throws, right? Vertical pass attack. Michael Pittman's just not seeing enough good targets on the gridiron right now to be a startable asset, and he's playing the Steelers this week, so that makes it a double negative for me.